Title: World War I, the Great War that shaped the modern world. Introduction. World War I, also known as the Great War, was a global conflict that erupted in 1914 and lasted until 1918. It was a transformative event that reshaped the political, social, and economic landscape of the world. In this essay, we will explore the causes, key events, and consequences of World War I, highlighting its significance in shaping the modern world. Causes of World War I. The causes of World War I were multifaceted and rooted in a complex web of political rivalries, territorial disputes, and military alliances. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary by a Serbian nationalist in June 1914 served as the immediate trigger. However, underlying causes such as nationalism, imperialism, militarism, and the system of complex alliances in Europe played a significant role. The arms race and competition for colonies among major powers further heightened tensions. Key events and turning points. World War I witnessed a series of significant events and turning points that shaped its course. The mobilization of troops and the declaration of war by various countries led to a rapid escalation of the conflict. The war was characterized by trench warfare, with both sides locked in a stalemate on the Western Front. Major battles such as the Battle of the Somme and the Battle of Verdun resulted in immense casualties and loss of life. One of the crucial turning points in the war was the entry of the United States in 1917. The U.S. intervention tipped the balance in favor of the Allies and provided fresh troops and resources. Additionally, the Russian Revolution in 1917 led to the withdrawal of Russia from the war, enabling Germany to redirect its forces to the Western Front. However, the entry of fresh American troops and the collapse of the Central Powers' military strength ultimately led to their defeat. Consequences and impact. World War I had far-reaching consequences that shaped the modern world. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, imposed harsh terms on Germany, leading to territorial losses, disarmament, and heavy reparations. This laid the groundwork for deep-seated resentment and economic instability, which contributed to the rise of Adolf Hitler and the outbreak of World War II. The war also resulted in the collapse of several empires, including the Austro-Hungarian, Ottoman, Russian, and German empires. New nations emerged and borders were redrawn, reshaping the geopolitical landscape of Europe and the Middle East. The League of Nations, established as an international organization to maintain peace, was a direct outcome of the war, although its effectiveness was limited. The war had a profound impact on society and culture. The unprecedented scale of destruction, loss of life, and technological advancements, such as the use of tanks, aircraft, and chemical weapons, shattered the romanticized notions of war. It led to disillusionment and a questioning of traditional values and norms, giving rise to literary movements like Dadaism and the Lost Generation. Conclusion. World War I was a pivotal event in human history, with far-reaching consequences that shaped the modern world. It not only transformed the political and territorial landscape, but also brought about societal changes and influenced cultural movements. The war's legacy serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of conflict, emphasizing the importance of diplomacy, international cooperation, and the pursuit of lasting peace. Simplified. Imagine there was a big war a long time ago called World War I, and it happened between the years 1914 and 1918. This war was so important because it changed the whole world in many ways. The war started because of different reasons, like countries wanting more land and power, and there was a very sad event that triggered it all, a prince being killed. During the war, soldiers fought in deep ditches called trenches, and it was very tough for them. The war had some turning points, like when the United States decided to join and help the good guys. This made a big difference, and eventually, the good side won. After the war was over, there was a meeting where they made an agreement called the Treaty of Versailles. This agreement was like a set of rules that were very strict and harsh for Germany, one of the countries that lost the war. These rules made Germany lose land, weapons, and had to pay a lot of money. Because of World War I, many big empires fell apart and new countries were created. This changed how the map of Europe and the Middle East looked. They also created a group called the League of Nations to try and keep peace in the world, but it didn't work as well as they hoped. The war had a big impact on people's lives and how they saw the world. It made them feel sad and disappointed because so many lives were lost and so much destruction happened. It also made people think about things differently, like how war wasn't something to be proud of. This change in thinking inspired new art and ideas in society. In the end, the important lesson we can learn from World War I is that we should try our best to solve problems without fighting and hurting others. War can cause so much pain and suffering, so it's better to work together and find peaceful solutions to our differences.